He was not addressed by his official title. NLC reacts to Ajaero's police invitation. Can you imagine? I learned that the Nigerian police force invited Ajaero for questioning the NLC president, saying that there are documents that they have discovered, or rather uncovered, that links Ajaero and NLC to bandits or rather terrorists. I don't understand. So, and meanwhile, we have a story of DSS and police going to raid the NLC headquarters in Abuja, which they came out to, the police PRO came out to deny and debunk that they didn't go there to raid the office, that they had intelligent information around the market very close to the office, and they wanted to go and raid the place, and the NSC office happens to be around the area that is marked for raiding. I don't understand. Now they're coming out to say that they have uncovered documents linking Ajaero to bandits or terrorists or whatever. So now they're inviting him for questioning. So now NLC is saying that the police invitation that was served did not address Ajaero by his official title, and probably that is the reason he will not attend to that invitation. But again, let's get into the details to see more of the information. The Nigerian Labour Congress NLC has reacted to the police invitation of its president, Joe Ajaero, over allegations of terrorism financing. Can you imagine? So recall that an invitation letter signed by the ACP Adamu Muazu on behalf of the Deputy Commissioner of Police Intelligence Response Team warned that a warrant of arrest would be issued if Ajaero fails to comply with the invitation. So confirming the invitation via a statement on Monday night by the Congress Head of Information and Public Affairs, Comrade Benson Okpa, the NLC linked the development to the recent raid on its headquarters. Exactly. So the Congress condemned the police for failing to address Ajaero by its official title in the invitation letter. So part of the statement reads, the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajaero, has been invited by the Nigerian Police Force for an interview on charges related to criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. Can you imagine? So the letter of invitation signed by ACP Adamu Muazu on behalf of the Commissioner of Police Intelligence and dated August 19, 2024, states that Ajaero's name was mentioned in ongoing investigations connected to criminal conspiracy, terrorism financing, treasonable felony, subversion, and cybercrime. Can you imagine? Police can just type anything and use it to free more people. I'm telling you. How will NSC president be involved in all these crimes? Hey, now wow. So the letter directed Ajaero to report at the IRT complex abattoir by Guzape Junction on Tuesday, August 20 at 10 a.m., threatening that a warrant of arrest would be issued against him if he failed to report. So a personal message sent to Comrade Joe Ajaero by Superintendent of Police Moshood stated, "We were at the Labour House to submit this letter of invitation, but the place was locked." Can you imagine? So we find this curious because staff were in the office beyond 6 p.m. So we also noted that Comrade Ajaero was not addressed by his official title of President of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Okay, clearly the last has not been heard about the raid on the headquarters of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Prior to the raid, the Congress had advised the government to dialogue with the organizers of the protest, even as the Congress had clearly stated it was not part of the protest. So the Congress criticized the police for the high casualty rate during the protest. Exactly. And probably that is the reason they're going after them. So in this National Executive Council communique after the raid, the Congress expressed outrage at the behavior of the police and demanded an apology from both the police and the government. So at East World Press Conference last Thursday, the Congress raised an alarm that if anything should happen to the leadership of the Congress or any of its members, the police should be held accountable. So the question on the lips of those in the know is, who wants Joe Ajaero out of circulation? Exactly. So it means that they want him out of circulation. They don't want to see him in the public space again. And how is that going to be achieved? How is that going to be effected? Is it that they want to delete him or they just want to remove him from that office and put someone else? We need to understand. Because already what I see there is that I see Nigeria as part of IPOB and an Eastern man, and so that they're not recognizing NS again as a national institution representing labor's interest in the country. They're seeing them as part of Southeast, and that is a very bad view and very bad impression. That is a very bad view and a very bad impression. So now they have invited Joe Ajaero for questioning, and Joe Ajaero has not responded, but the office has responded saying that he was not addressed as the NLC president that he is, and so I don't know what that means, whether they are not going to accept the invitation or attend to the invitation or not. But the police is threatening that if the Ajaero fails to report by 10 o'clock this morning, Tuesday, that they will be forced to issue warrant of arrest, and that will mean that they will come by force to take him by force. That is what it means. So we don't understand what this government want to achieve by harassing labor left, right, and center, because that is harassment. They said they never raided the NLC office. So how did they see the document that they saw? And now they are writing that the Ajaero was mentioned in an ongoing investigation. How did all of that happen? Who cooked all of them up? Because this country, in fact, it has turned to a nation of mafias. If you're not a member of the mafia, sorry for you. And if you're a member of the mafia, you will take your heart to the back. This is quite unfortunate going on in this country now. This is bad. And let me see what people are going to say in the comment section. Sometimes I don't know what happened to our society, because he was Labour president. If his name was mentioned during course of investigation, he should not be questioned only. It should not be questioned only or only invited. Secondly, he was invited as a person because the issues did not concern union. That is the way I see it. Can you imagine what this one is saying? Quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. So this is what this person is saying now, that Ajaero was invited as a person, not as a labor union. So what do you mean? What does that mean? That means that targeting is person, not the union. All these are explanations that doesn't make sense. And I'm saying, when you mix unionism with politics, this is what you get. Ajaero is a politician and should face the consequences. Can you imagine? So they're already beginning to disown him now. Wow, quite unfortunate. So how can you be an NLC chairman in Nigeria, an NLC president, without getting involved in politics, without facing the political group? And any action you take, they will term it as political action, or rather having political undertone. So there's a very thin line between labor unionism and politics, because even labor unionism is a form of politics of its own type. Only God will help this guy. I'm telling you, they really want to finish him, but I know that he should be careful with the way things are happening to him. That is it. He should be careful. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment on this update.